Hi friends, welcome to the J Science World. Due to COVID-19 crisis, some activity are collapsed. I hope you all are feel well. Please obey the COVID-19 rule and regulations. Stay home, wear masks, keep distance, save yourselves. Okay, alright. Let's start the lectures. Friends, today lecture will discuss IGNOU TE December 2020 CHE5 Organic Chemistry. Let's begin. Friends, this is question number 1. Answer any 5 parts. Friends, this is part A. Give the common name and IUPAC name of the compound given below. Friends, this is CH211CHCOH. Friends, the common name of this compound is acrylic acid. Friends, the IUPAC naming of this compound is, when you find out the IUPAC name, is simply numbering. This is our terminal functional group, so we start numbering in this terminal part. This is 1 2 3. In second position double bond is present, so this is 1 2 3 carbon atom is present, so use probe. For second position is 2 in. For COH we used weak acid. But friends, we avoid this 2 and also write propanoic acid. So friends, this is the common name of this compound is, this is acrylic acid, and the IUPAC name, this is propanoic acid. Friends, this is question number B. Which one of the following compound can exist optical isomerism and why? Friends, this is two compound are given, this CH3CHBr NH2 and CH2Br CH2 NH2. Friends, we also draw the structure like this, that is NH2, and also draw the structure that is friends, when we find out the compound is optically active, we simply check two things. One is chiral center and second one is plane of symmetry. Friends, if the chiral center is present, the compound is optically active. Friends, when both chiral center and plane of symmetry are present, our compound optically inactive. Let's try to understand with these examples. Friends, you clearly see this carbon atom contain 4 different groups. So this compound contain 1 chiral carbon atoms. So these compounds are optically active. But friends, in this case, you clearly see two same group are present. So this compound not contain a chiral centers, and this carbon atom not our chiral carbon atoms. So friends, this compound is optically inactive. But friends, when both chiral center and plane of symmetry are present, our molecule is optically inactive. Let's try to understand with the help of examples. Friends, in this case, you clearly see this is 2 chiral center, 2 chiral carbon atom are present, but a plane of symmetry is also present in this compounds. So friends, this compound is optically inactive. The next question is, arrange the following in the increasing order of their basic strength in aqueous medium. Friends, this is CH3NH2, CH3CHNH2, CH3CNH2. Friends, when we find out the basic strength of amine, we check some factors, that is inductive effect, the second one is steric effect, is also called steric hindrance, and third one is solvonation effect. Friends, in inductive effect, tertiary amine is more basic as compared to secondary amine as compared to primary amine. But in case of steric effect, primary amine is more basic compared to secondary amine as compared to tertiary amine. Similarly, friends, in case of solvonations, this primary amine is more basic as compared to secondary amine as compared to tertiary amine. Friends, in case of inductive effect, which amine is more basic, we donate easily electron pairs. But in case of steric hindrance, this cloud of groups. In case of solvonations, the attraction of hydrogen atoms. Friends, this is not possible to discuss in a single video. We discuss all in the next video. But friends, we add all three factors, we conclude that friends, this is our secondary amine, this is our primary amine, this is our tertiary amine. Friends, in this case, solvonation effect is more powerful as compared to inductive effect. In case of solvonations, so our resultant order in aqueous solution. But friends, when we take ethyl group, that is CH3 CH2, in this case friends, but in this case, this is our secondary amine, this is our tertiary amine, and this is primary amines. Friends, in this case, secondary amine is more basic as compared to tertiary amine than primary amine. Also in aqueous solutions, aqueous medium. In case of methyl, this is our correct order. In case of ethyls, this is our correct order. But friends, in this question asks, this is all three are our primary amines. So friends, in case of primary amines, when we compare the basic order of amine in primary case, we simply check out the methyl group. Friends, methyl group, in this case one methyl group, this is two methyl group, and in this case three methyl groups are present as closest to NH2 group. Friends, more methyl group present the compound, so more basics. So our resultant order, that is CH3NH2 less basic as compared to CH3CHNH2, less basic as compared to CH3CNH2, because friends CH3 so plus I effect means it donate electrons. So this compound donate easily electrons, then this compound, then this compound. So our resultant order is, this is our correct resultant order. Friends, this is question number D. Write the structure of keto form of the compounds. Friends, we know these questions arise in ketoenol tautomerisms. Friends, the general formula of ketoenol tautomerism, that is this is our keto form. This ketone group convert into enol form, that is CH. This is our general formula. But friends, we take these structures, we just put in this formula, we find this is our OH group, this is CH3, we put this CH3 and COH, this is double bond CH, this is COO C2H5. Friends, we change this form into enol form, keto form, that is this is our enol form. We change into keto form, so simply follow these structures and write, that is CH3 C double bond O CH2 and COO C2H5. So our resultant answer is, that is CH3 C double bond O CH2 COO C2H5. I also write in another type, the CH3 C double bond O CH2 COO C2H5. This is our correct answers. Friends, the next one is, this is question number E. Which one of the following isomer will have a higher dipole moment? Friends, we know dipole moment is a vector quantity. This dipole moment depends direction, also charge. So friends, you clearly see this is our chlorine group and this is our methyl group. So friends, you clearly see this chlorine atom is present in same side of this carbon-carbon double bonds. So friends, this compound contains some dipole moment, but in this case you clearly see this chlorine atom are present in opposite side of this carbon-carbon double bond, and this methyl group is also present in opposite side of this carbon-carbon double bond. So the resultant charge cancel each other, so the dipole moment is 0. But in this case some dipole moment are present, so which is our higher dipole moment? This is our correct answers. This compound contain higher dipole moment. Similarly, we take another example, that is in this case you clearly see this bromine atom are present in opposite side of this carbon-carbon double bond, and this methyl group is present also in opposite side of this carbon-carbon double bond. So friends, this is zero dipole moment. Similarly, when these two bromine atoms are present in same side of these carbon atoms, some dipole moment are present. Friends, the next question is, write the resonance structure of acetate ion. Friends, the structure of acetic acid, that is ethanoic acid, that is CH3, this is also called acetic acid. But friends, the dissociation of this compound, that is when dissociate, we find the acetate ion, that is CH3, this is our acetate ion. But friends, the resonance structure of acetate ion can be represented in two resonance structures, that is we also write like this. This is our acetate ion. Also write in another, that is CH3. In opposite way. Since these two structures are equivalently, they contribute equally. You clearly see these two structures contribute equally to the actual structures. Let's try to understand the actual structures. It can be represented like this, that is this is our actual structure of acetate ions. So friends, we write the resonance structure of acetate ion. That is CH3, this is our accurate structures. This is our complete structures, actual structures. But friends, we also write in exams like this. This structure is also correct, but friends, this is our actual structures or more appropriate to the following compound. Friends, this is our compounds. When we assign R and S configurations, we simply follow some steps. Friends, first we numbering according to their priority order. Friends, higher atomic number, the higher priority order. So this is our first group, this is our second group, this is our third group, and this is our fourth group. Friends, oxygen have higher atomic number, so this is our higher priority group. Then carbon, then after carbon this oxygen is a higher priority group, and after carbon this is hydrogen, so this is our second priority group. Then friends, we hold this upper group, then we simply rotate in this clockwise direction, because we bring this hydrogen into down positions. So friends, this hydrogen come to this position, and COH come to this position, and the OH group come to this position. Friends, the next step is then again numbering according to their priority order, that is, this is our higher priority order, this is second, this is third, this is fourth. Friends, we simply see these three groups are arranged in clockwise directions. So friends, this is arranged in clockwise direction. So clockwise direction means R configurations, anti-clockwise direction means S configurations. Friends, this group is arranged in clockwise direction. Means it's so R configuration. And anti-clockwise direction is so X configuration. So our resultant answer is this molecule show R configuration. Like you are watching video like this but cannot find them, please share this video with some of your friends who will benefit from it. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, press the bell icon for more updates. Thank you so much.